And with that, we are moving for one story for you, Tom. So Aviz Networks GenAI. The startup Aviz Networks is in the news with the latest version of their software that includes GenAI. The new offering is called Network Copilot, and it adds overlay AI capability to the sonic support that Aviz was founded to provide. Network Copilot is based on the Mistral 7B LLM with over 7 billion parameters. Data is collected from the network and normalized before the LLM is trained on historical data to allow for natural language queries as well as help with creating deployment templates. So LLMs, Gen AI, and networking sounds like a crazy combination to me. So can you tell me more about that, Tom?
Yeah, I love the fact that it seems that every company is kind of arriving at the same answer for what's going on. Now, if you want to rewind the clock maybe 2 or 3 years, we had a lot of companies that came out that said your network has tons of data that we have never been able to access. Anyone who's still using SNMP would probably agree with you. So we are unlocking all of that data. Well, the problem is that when you do that and you create your data lake, you forgot to add your life jacket, your life preserver, and so we just kind of tossed you in the deep end. You're like, hope you can swim. And that's for people like me who understand how networking operates and know what to look for. For the rest of the world, including Max and a lot of other folks, I don't know what to do. And everyone kind of arrived at the same solution to this problem around the same time, which is going all the way back to something near and dear to my heart, which is Star Trek. Do the engineers in Star Trek fiddle with consoles trying to do stuff, or do they ask the computer to give them an answer? Most of the time, they're asking the computer, right? That's what this Gen AI overlay from Aviz Networks does. Is it trains itself on a bunch of historical data that's pulled from your environment, and then it provides a natural language query portal for non-networking users to be able to ask questions. Where is the slowdown in my network? Why am I seeing packet loss? Those kinds of things. And it will surface that data, it will tell you what's going on, and it will give you opportunities to fix it. Like, where is the slowdown in my network? Oh, well, it's right here. It seems to be that this interface is underutilized. Can you create a template to fix the problem? Yes, here it is. And you can use that template in the future to prevent this from being a misconfiguration anywhere. That's easy, right? So instead of asking your friendly neighborhood network engineer to do that, you can ask an AI to do it. Now, you're probably still going to want to have your friendly neighborhood network engineer look over that template to make sure that there's no weirdness going on. But it speaks volumes to the way that we are starting to leverage these tools. We have the institutional knowledge to do this. We know what capabilities are. And if we can feed those capabilities to some kind of a software construct, we don't have to spend a lot of time, futzing with the settings and stuff like that. Now, note, I'm going to put on my other hat here for a minute. This does not mean that you can fire all your network staff, because they're still going to be needed to fix problems that AI doesn't know how to handle. It hasn't been trained on. This is just a way to give your network team more time to fix the hard problems instead of having to stop every 10 minutes and explain, well, where exactly is it running slow or things like that. And I love the fact that in the article that we linked, they interviewed the head of Aviz Networks, and he basically said, this is like the third LLM that we've been on. We started with OpenAI. We realized that wasn't going to work for us. Then we moved to some other ones. And I think that a lot of people are starting to realize that maybe OpenAI isn't the best solution for every one of their problems. ChatGPT is amazing, but it is not the end all be all of algorithms. There's a lot of things out there that maybe do a better job for statistics or maybe do a better job for providing technical data. Despite what you may think by, like OpenAI trying to trademark the name GPT. Like, that doesn't mean that they're the only game in town. So I would say, props to Aviz for hearing about this and running with it. I'm sure that we're actually going to hear a little bit about this next week when Aviz Networks presents at Networking Field Day. And I can't wait to hear more about that. But also, I'm curious to see kind of how this works as we move forward in the future to leverage these tools and maybe make things a little bit better overall?